All right, welcome back to my channel, everybody. Thank you for coming by. Are you guys ready to work the cardigan for this cuddly cluster set? Oh, I am so happy with this. Too cute, too cute. Okay, so just like the rest of them, I did not make, well, besides the hat, because I messed that up, but I just realized that in this video at the end, I say bonnet and not the little beanie hat. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so for the blue and white set, we are sticking with, we are sticking with the Bernat Baby Sport from Walmart. This is white. Yep, white, and the blue is baby blue. All right, so get you a skein of that each, and I stuck with the 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, which I do not know what that is on there. There, the 3.5 with the 3-weight yarn. And then if you want to make the larger one, this one fits my 12-month doll. I used 4-weight scrap yarn. This is Red Heart Super Saver Buff, and the purple I actually don't have a label for. I think it's I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby. And I used a 5 millimeter crochet hook. Now, the buttons on this smaller one are ¾ inch buttons. And then the ones on my 12-month one are 1-inch buttons. Okay? So get you the yarn you want, the hook you're going to be using, 3 of whatever size buttons you want, and then needle and thread to sew on your buttons, or if you want to use embroidery floss, whatever you want to use. Scissors, get you a needle to weave in your ends, and a stitch marker, and then a tape measure if you need one. Let's see, I've got a few notes jotted down that I want to talk about. There is a portion in this video. If you have not made anything else in this set, then I'm afraid I may have went a little fast through a portion of this where I show you how to work the beginning cluster and the normal cluster. I do show you, however, if you have a little bit of a hard time understanding what I'm talking about, there's a link in the description box for the other parts to this Layette set, the bonnet, the Afghan, and the booties. If you want to go to one of those other videos if you have problems, or email me too. I answer all my emails. It's in the description box too. And yeah, I filmed it, and then after I filmed it, I thought, man, I hope that wasn't too fast and no one gets confused. But if you do, my email's in the description box. Let's see. On the arm, there is a portion, and I correct myself, but I feel bad that I did that. When we start working our arm, we work, so if the cardigan's laying in front of us, the right side is what we work together. And when we start, we attach to the back of the cardigan part and then work the sleeve. And I tell you that we do the same thing on this side, but we don't. We attach at the front of the cardigan and then work around. And I correct myself, but we've already made the sleeve by the time I correct myself. So I want you guys to know that, and I apologize. I did not even think about it when I was saying it. Anyway, so that is it. So get your guys' supplies together. And like I said, the description box, I've got links to the other sets to this Layette set. So definitely check those out. And please, 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 if you guys make this, it would make me the happiest girl in the world just to see what you made. So in the description box are links to my social media platforms, whichever one you guys are on. Tag me. Send it to me, email it to me if you want to. Please, 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 because I would love to see it. So, okay, enough of that. Let's get our stuff together and get started. Okay, so to get started, go ahead and get your chain of 52 done. And I have mine right here. and we're going to start row 1 with a half double crochet into the second chain from hook. So right there is our first chain. Here's our second chain. I'm going to go right in there with a half double crochet. Just like that. And I am going to mark my stitches, the first and the last stitch. All right. So there's one. Now we're going to half double into each of the remaining chains all the way down. So go ahead and work on that, and I'm going to pause my video, and off camera I'm going to get my row 1 done. So all right, I'll be right back. All right, so I worked that across. I have one more little chain to work my half double crochet into, and you should have 51 half double crochets all the way across. Okay, so now I'm gonna adjust my trash can. Sorry about this. Sorry. Okay, so I'm adjusting where I'm sitting to get comfortable. Okay, so we're gonna chain 1 and turn to move on to row 2, and we are gonna half double crochet right back into that, half double crochet into the very first half double crochet. Just like that. I'm going to stop, mark that right in there. Now we're going to half double crochet increase into the next, and all that is 2 half doubles into 1 stitch. Oops, I am sorry, I bumped my camera. So into the next half double, 2 half double. Now we're going to half double into the next 2. 1 and 2, and that's the beginning of our row repeat. Half double into 2, half double crochet increase into the next. So that's 2 into 1. And that's what you're going to repeat all the way across your row. Half double into 2. I was getting some slack there. Half double crochet into 2. 1. And into the next. And then into the next, we're going to work the increase. And repeat that again. Half double into the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. Half double crochet increase into the next. 1, 2. So repeat that across your row, and I will come back before I work that last stitch. And at the end of row 2, you should have 68 half double crochets. So I will be right back. Okay, so I worked that across. I've got my last half double crochet that I need to work into, and that one is getting 1 half double. So the second to last half double on row 2 gets a half double crochet increase, and the very last half double gets a 1 half double. Well, I don't need to mark that. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so you should have 68 half double crochets. So to move on to row 3, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we are going to work 1 half double crochet right into that very first half double. And then I'm going to stop and mark that. And then for row 3, all we're going to do is work 1 half double crochet into each half double all the way across. So this one, no counting. We can just whip right through this row. So go ahead and get yours done, and I will be right back. Okay, so I worked that across. I have one more stitch to work into, the very last one. So yarn over, right there. It's my last half double. All right, chain 1 and turn. And for row 4, we're going to half double crochet into the very first half double. We're going to half double crochet into the next. And into the next, we're going to increase. So that's 1 and 2. And now for the pattern repeat for the row, we're going to half double crochet into 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Increase into the next. Half double crochet into 3. 1, 2, 3. Increase into the next. Half double crochet into 3. Increase into the next. So go ahead and repeat that across your row, and I will come back when we get to that last stitch. Okay, so I have repeated that across. I have 2 stitches left, and I've worked increase 1, 2, 3. So my second to last half double gets an increase, and my last stitch gets 1 half double, and you should have 85 half double crochet right into that last one. Chain 1 and turn. Okay, so for the end of round 4, you should have 85 half doubles. Turn my pattern. All right, row 5. We are going to get ourselves situated. All right, we're going to half double crochet into the very first half double. And then all we're going to do is half double crochet all the way across. So we're repeating row 3, just 1 half double into each half double. Alrighty, so I'm going to let you guys finish that. I'll get mine done off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm coming to the end. Got 1 more half double crochet to work into right there. And that is the end of row 5. So for row 6, we're going to chain 1 and turn. We're going to half double crochet into the very first half double. Go ahead and stop and mark that. Half double into the next 2. And into the next, we're going to half double crochet increase. Right there, and that is the first part of our pattern repeat for the row. Increase, half double into the next 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Start that over again. Increase, half double into the next 4. And that's what you're going to repeat all the way across your work. For Pete's sake, if I could do this. Increase into the next. All right, so I'm going to get mine done off camera, and I will be right back. Alrighty, so I've finished that. I'm coming to the end and into the second to last half double. That gets my increase. And then the very last half double crochet gets 1 half double. And you should have, for the end of row 6, 102 half double crochet. So we're going to chain one and turn. And for row 7, we're going to repeat row 3. Just work 1 half double crochet all the way across. 1 into the very first, and then half double crochet into each half double all the way. All right, so I will get mine done and be right back. Okay, so I repeated that all the way around. I went ahead and worked into that last half double crochet, and that is the end of round 7. So for round 8, chain 1 and turn. And we are going to half double crochet into that very first half double. And we're going to mark that. And do a little bit better job than that. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to half double into the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. Increase into the next, and that's the first part of our pattern repeat for the row. And now we're going to half double into the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Increase into the next. Half double into the next 5. And that's what you're going to repeat all the way across your row. And at the end, well, I will meet you at the end, and I'll let you guys know our stitch count. See, increase, 1, 2, 3, 4, one more. For row 5, increase, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, increase 5, increase 5. Work that all the way across your row, and I will be right back with mine. Okay, so coming to the end of row 8, I have worked my increase, half double into the next 5. So the second to last gets the increase. And then we're going to half double into the last half double. And you should have 119 half double crochets for the end of row 8. All right, so to move on to row 9, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and we're going to half double into the very first, and then half double into the next 2. 1, 2, increase into the next, and that's the first part of our repeat. We're going to repeat across, increase, half double into the next 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we repeat that again. Increase into the next. Half double into the next 6. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm not going to make you watch me do all 6 of those, but so we are increasing, half double into 6. Increase, half double into 6. Repeat that all the way across your work, and I will meet you at the end. I'll be right back. Okay, so I repeated that across and into the 4th from last half double. We're going to work our last increase. And then half double into the last 3 half doubles. Just like that. And you should have 136 half double crochets. Okay, so now we are going to chain 1 and turn and move on to row 10. In row 10, we're gonna, whoa, what am I doing here? There we go. Half double into that very first half double. I'm gonna mark that. Now we're gonna half double into the next 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 half doubles right here. And then we are going to increase into the next. And that is the first part. The increase is the first part of our pattern repeat for the row. We're going to increase, half double into 8. Increase, half double into 8. Increase, half double into 8. Work that all the way across your row. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Increase into the next. Half double into the next 8, increase into the next. Repeat that all the way across your row, and I will come back when I get to the end of mine. Okay, so I have worked that all the way around or across. I have a increase into the third from last half double, and into the last 2 half doubles we're going to work 1 half double. And you should have, at the end of row 10, 151 half double crochet. So chain 1 and turn, and for row 11, this is going to be our last increase row. What we're going to do is we're going to half double crochet into the first 36 half doubles, increase into the next, half double into 75, increase into the next, and half double into the last 37 half doubles. So if you want to write this down, I'll write it down with you, because I don't want you guys to have to watch me do all this. So for row 11, half double crochet, half double crochet into the first 37 half doubles. So that means your very first and then the next 36 half doubles. And then we're going to increase, increase, so INC, into the next, into the next half double crochet. And now we're going to half double, half double into the next 75 half doubles. And then we're going to increase into the next. And now we're going to half double crochet into the last 37 half double crochet. Then chain 1 and turn, which I will be back with you guys before we do that. And you should have 153 half double crochet. All right, so for row 11, I'm gonna let you guys work that off camera, and I'll get mine done, and I'll come back before we chain 1 and turn. But all you're gonna do is half double crochet into the very first 37 half doubles, increase into the next, and just so we're all on the same page, an increase is 2 stitches into 1. For the purpose of this tutorial, it's half doubles, so you're going to half double crochet increase, into the next, half double crochet into the next 75, half double crochet increase into the next, and then half double crochet into the last 37 half doubles, okay? And you should have 153, and that is the last row of increases that we're going to be working for this pattern. So I'm going to go ahead, get mine done off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, so I worked that all the way around, and the very last half double is my 37th, and that is the end of row 12. And again, you should have, or I'm sorry, row 11. You should have 153 half double crochet. Now you guys can give yourself a pat on the back because that is the end of increasing for our yoke. So basically, let me pull you guys out. What we have is our piece is a big circle, right? Almost like a tree skirt. But what we're going to do is bring these two ends together, fold it in half, and this is what we're going to have for the top, and then we're going to skip some stitches and have our armholes like this, and then our pattern is going to be worked down like that. So row 12, we are going to divide our stitches to make our armholes. So we are going to start by chaining 1 and turning. And make sure you guys got your stitch markers because we're going to need those. So what we're going to do is half double crochet into the first 22. So I'm going to half double crochet into the very first, and now into the next 21. So for a total of 22. And I am not going to make you guys watch me do all of those. So I'm going to do a quick pause and be right back. Okay, so I have 22 half double crochets all across here. And now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to pull up a loop and then put a stitch marker on here so I don't lose a chain. And we're going to count 32 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Now grab the very next half double, and we're going to go ahead and put a stitch marker right in there. Because what we're going to do is we're going to skip 32 half double, and our working yarn right here, we're going to come over and half double crochet into that one that we marked. Okay, so I'm going to get back on my hook. And now I'm going to yarn over, bring my work over. I'm not even going to move that stitch marker. I'm going to leave it right in there and work a half double crochet into that half double that we marked. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and take that out. All right, now we're going to half double crochet into the next 44. So we should have 45 half double crochets between our sleeves. So here's the first sleeve, and then we need 45. We already got 1, so just half double crochet into the next 44. So again, I'm not going to make you guys watch me half double crochet all of those. So I will get mine done off camera and be right back. Okay, so now I have 45 half double crochets. So we're going to do our next armhole. So go ahead and chain 4, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to pull up a loop, use one of my stitch markers to mark or keep me from losing this chain. And now I'm going to count off another 32. Go ahead and get my stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. And I'm going to mark the next half double. That is where I'm going to go right in at. Okay. Get back on my hook. Bring this piece together. And I'm going to, not even going to move my stitch marker. I'm going to half double crochet right in there. Well, I'm going to try to. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now you should have 21 half double crochets left. So then you'll have a total of 22 right here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Right? I feel like I need to double count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Good deal. My heater just kicked on. All right, so what we have is the front of our little cardigan, the back, and our 2 armholes. So, oh, excuse me, you should have 22, 45, 22. So that is, I am not good at math. Let's see, 22, 22, 45, 89 half double crochets, and then your 2 chain 4 spaces. All right? Okay, so I am going to pause until my heater kicks off, and I will be right back. Okay, so since we have this piece finished with our, the last row laying just like this, we are going to chain 1, pull up a loop, and cut. Pull that out. Now we're going to turn our work over. So we want the back of the last row that we just worked facing us. And get your second color, a slip knot on your hook. And as always, make sure you got plenty of tail to weave in. And we are going to go right into the top of that first half double, slip stitch, chain 1, and then I'm going to pull this tail to tighten down that chain 1 or that slip stitch, and we're going to go right back in there with a single crochet. Okay, and we're going to work the beginning cluster, which is the same as we've worked for the hat, the booties, the Afghan, all of that. So what we're going to do is chain 3. Now I do want you to work these chain 3s a little tighter for the cardigan. And we're going to work the beginning 4 double crochet cluster. So the only difference with what we're going to work now and the cluster later on in the pattern, well, just after this row, is where we put the 4 clusters. So for the beginning, the first 2 double crochets in the 4 double crochet cluster goes into the very next half double. 3 and 4 of the 4 double crochet cluster goes into the next and the next. So the 4 double crochet cluster, we yarn over, go into the very next half double, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go right back in there again, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over. So that's 1 and 2. So 3 is going to go into the next, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then the 4th goes into the next. Go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So there's 4 beginning double crochets, and you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1, and that is your beginning 4 double crochet cluster. All right, so we single crochet into the next, and this is the beginning of the repeat all the way around, even through the chain, but I'm going to stay with you guys this whole round. Okay, so single, chain 3, work that chain 3 tight, and we're going to work the 4 double crochet cluster again. 1 and 2 into the next half double, 3 and 4 into the next 2. So go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 1, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. 1 and 2 is in 1 half double, 3 and 4 are into the next 2. So here is 3, and here, and here is 4. I forgot to pull through 2. 5 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1. All right. So we chain 1, single crochet into the next, chain 3. I don't know why my camera is changing colors while I'm filming. I have no idea. Anyway, chain 3, yarn over, go into that next half double with 1, 2, 3 into the next, 4 into the next, 5 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1, single crochet into the next half double, chain 3, yarn over, go into the next, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go right back in there, pull through 2. That was 1 and 2. Here is 3 and 4. 5 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1. Single crochet into the next. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, pull through all 5 loops, chain 1. Single crochet into the next. Now we are going to work across. Well, if we look what we have, this is the top of the, let me look here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we have right here is actually the top of this last half double, and then we have, where is a needle? Okay, so I know that this is a bit of a nightmare to see with these half double crochets, but let me show you. What we have right here, this is actually, well, let me turn it this way. Okay. That's right. This is actually the top of the half double crochet right here. This right there. And then we have 1, 2, 3, and then here is number 4. And then right here is the top of that half double crochet. I know it looks really hard to see, but I promise it's all there. So what we're going to do, we single crocheted, now we're going to chain 3. And then you can look at it this way too. We have half double, 1, 2, 3, 4 chains. So into the very next half double, we're going to work the first, 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 into the next chains. Now, however you want to work into the chains is up to you. I'm going to work into the back and the side loop for number 3, and then into the next one for number 4. Yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1, single crochet into the next chain, chain 3. Now into the last chain right here, we're going to work 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 into the top of the next half double and the next half double. Yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1. There you go. I know that's not easy, but okay, so by now we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beginning clusters. All right, so we just chained 1, single crochet into the next, chain 3, 1 and 2 into the next half double, number 3 into the next, and number 4 into the next. 5 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys work this across the back of your cardigan, and I will meet you when we get to the when we get to the chain 4 armhole. So go ahead and repeat the cluster, which is the beginning 4 double crochet cluster, chain 1, single crochet into the next, chain 3 tightly, and then repeat. Okay, so I'm going to work mine all the way across the back, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I think I got the color fix. I don't know what the electronics, I'm telling you. Okay, so I've made it all across the back, and I'm to the next little armhole. So I singled in the, let's see, 1, 2, the second to last. So I'm going to chain 3, go into the very next with 1 and 2. Now 3 and 4. Right there, that's the top of my last half double. And then number 4 goes into the chain. Yarn over, pull through all 5 loops, chain 1, single into the next chain, chain 1, 2, 3, yeah, into the next chain with 1 and 2, and then into the last with 3 and number 4 into the next. Yarn over, pull through all 5 loops, chain 1, single crochet into the next. And if I realize that that is super hard to work over these chains, as long as you guys have the same beginning cluster count as I do at the end, it's fine. I have an itch on my hand. Okay, so we singled, chain 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 into the next, 4 into the next, yarn over, pull through all 5 loops, chain 1, single into the next, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 into the next, 3 and 4, yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1, single, 1, 2, 2, 3, number 1 and number 2 into the same, 3 into the next, 4 into the next, pull through all 5, chain 1, almost to the end. Single, chain 1, 2, 3, nope. Sorry about that, I had to fight my cat off. Okay, single, chain 3, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1, single into the next, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and we should have 1 stitch left right here on the side. All right, pull through all 5 loops, chain 1, we're going to come down and single crochet into the last stitch. Okay? All right, so we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 of our beginning clusters, okay? So if you have 24 and you have a single crochet in the last stitch, you're good. If you're off by 1 or 2, pull back your work and then just add an extra one in there somewhere, or try to make sure you get all of your chains and the 2 half doubles at each end. Okay, so that was our beginning cluster. So now we're just going to work the normal 4 double crochet cluster, okay? So we're going to chain 1 and turn. Okay, so I was looking at my work because I knew something got messed up, and I am sorry. We do not single into the last stitch. We half double crochet into the last stitch. I wondered why that was looking a little wonky. All right, so now we chain 1 and turn. All right, now we single into the very first double crochet, and then we come over, find the top of the cluster. So if you look, it's the longer of the V's from the other stitches. Or if you look at it like this, pull the top of that cluster open a little bit, and there's a little hole right there. That's the top of the cluster that we work into. And we're going to single crochet right into there. And now we chain 3. Remember, do that tighter. And now we work the 4 double crochet cluster around that chain 3. So the only difference between the 4 double crochet cluster that we're getting ready to do now and the beginning one that we did in the previous row is that all 4 of them are worked around that chain 3 right there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1. And now we come down, find the top of that cluster. So if you look, all of the legs that we see right here, see all of these strands coming this way? It all connects right here, and that's the chain 1. So the big old gap right here, not big, but I mean the gap right there on, to the left of all of these legs is the top of the cluster. So as long as you can find that, right in there is where we're going to single crochet. And now work your 1, 2, 3. Remember to work it tighter, and then come down and work the cluster around the chain 3. Five loops, yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1. Find the top of that cluster so I can see right here all of these strands are all coming this way, so I know the top of the cluster is actually right there. And if you pull, you can see the hole right there. That's where we want to single. Chain 1, 2, 3, cluster around the chain 3. 3 and 4, pull through all 5 loops, chain 1. Come down, find the top of that cluster, single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 double crochet cluster around the chain 3. Five loops, yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1. Single crochet into the top of the next cluster. So I think you guys can handle that all the way across, and I will meet you when we get to the end. So I will be right back. Alrighty, so I have worked that all the way across. So into the last cluster, I'm going to single crochet into the top, chain 1, 2, 3, work one more cluster, 2, 3, and 4, yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1, and double crochet into the very last single crochet. All right, so now what we're going to do is repeat that same row, and we are going to work the pattern just like knocked my doll over, just like I did throughout the other projects for this matching layette. We work lays like this. Oh no, 3 rows of white, 1 blue, 3 rows of white, 1 blue. Or you guys, you can work however you've worked it through your pattern. I'll lay him over there. So to change color, the only thing that we do is at the end of the row, chain 1, pull up a loop, cut, turn your work, and then attach the new color, just like we did down here. Attach with the slip stitch, chain 1, start the row just like normal. Now every time you change to your different color, it should be either the front of all of your color or the back of all of your color are all facing the same way. So it's not, front on this, back on this one. But what I do is I repeat my 3 white, 1 blue, 3 white, 1 blue until I have 4 rows of the blue, ending on the last row, okay? But you guys can go as long as you want to. If you want to make it, 3 more sets, go ahead. But what I'm going to do is off camera, I'm going to work my 1 more row of the tan, and then I'm going to change to the purple. then change back to tan, 3 rows of that, then go back to purple. So I'm going to get mine done off camera. You guys go ahead and get yours done, and then we're going to work an edge and the sleeves. Okay, so get yours done and come back. Okay, so I'm sorry, I'll explain that in just a second. I've gotten the body of the little cardigan done, and I worked my last row. Now I did weave in my ends as I went, and I didn't weave in this last end, so I'll get to that later. But now we are going to start our sleeves. So regardless of which side you're starting with, what you want is to open your cardigan so that the armhole is facing you and the front of the cardigan is facing you. Okay? And what we are going to do, of course, I'm not ready. What I was kind of giggling about is, for those of you that don't know, a couple of weeks ago there was a very large fire right across this like catty corner across the street from our house, and there's a bunch of remnants or rubble left, and they chose now to get it cleaned up. And I do not have time to not film, so I have got to get this done. So if you guys wouldn't mind just ignoring all of the rumbles or anything like such that you hear in the background, okay? Just ignore that. Okay, so with our armhole facing us, the front of the cardigan up, just like this, we're going to get a slip knot on our hook and make sure you have plenty of tail to weave in, just like that. Maybe not necessarily that long, but enough to weave in. And we are going to start to the back of the armhole on this side. So whichever armhole you have facing you, what you want to do is attach our yarn to the back of our cardigan. So for this armhole, which is I don't know, I have it like this. I've already done this sleeve. So, this laying in front of me, this is the left armhole. Anyway, so what you want to do is you want to attach to the back of the cardigan. That way, if there's any sort of a little hole it creates from attaching, it's to the back of the cardigan and not to the front. So what I'm going to do is go in. If you look, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, right? That's the remaining loops of the chain 4, right? We want to attach to the very first one. So with my tan, I'm going to go right in there. All I'm doing is going right where the legs come together, and there's the back hump of the chain. I'm going to go right in there, just like that. And go in, pull it through, slip stitch, and chain 1. Tighten down that slip stitch. Sorry about that. That was a really loud one, a really loud rumble. All right, so we chain 1, and we're going to go right back in there with a single crochet. And I am going to mark that. Mark that single right there. And now we are going to work the beginning clusters. So just like we did when we started the clusters on the body portion of the cardigan, so we're working the 4 double crochet cluster. 1 and 2 are into 1 stitch, 3 and 4 are into the next 2. So just like we did right here, we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and then come down to the next chain right here, and we're going to work 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 into the next remaining chain, the next 2 remaining chains. Yarn over, pull through all 5 loops, chain 1, and then we're going to come down and single crochet into this last spot right here. Chain 1, 2, 3. And now we are going to work the next beginning cluster with the first and the second into this spot, and then we're going to come down to right there. So we're going to work 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so yarn over, go in for 1 and 2, 3 right into there, and then 4 into this hole right there. Yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1. And now we've just got straight top of half doubles to work in all the way around the rest of the sleeve. Okay, so that was the hardest part right there. So what we're going to do now is we want to work a total of see, we've already got 2, 3 more beginning clusters. So we've got 2, so we're going to work 2 more. So we've got our chain 1, let's single into the next, chain 1, 2, 3, and then work another beginning cluster. So 2 into the next half double, 2, and then 3 into the next, and 4 into the next. Yarn over, pull through all 5. I split that. Chain 1. Rotate this. Single crochet into the next. Chain 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 into the next half double. 3 into the next half double, and the 4th into the next half double. Yarn over, pull through all 5. Chain 1. Now that should be 5 beginning, nope, that's just 4. I got 1 more to work. 1, 2, 3, 4. So single crochet into the next half double. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 into the next half double. 3 into the next half double, and 4 into the next half double. Yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1. Now that should be 5 beginning clusters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so now the only difference that we're going to be doing is working a normal cluster. We're not going to work 1 and 2 into the same half double crochet. The first double of the 4 double crochet cluster goes into the into 1, and then second into the next, 3 into the next, 4 into the next. Okay, and that is what we're going to work around till we get back to the beginning. And I'm going to stay with you guys. So, okay, so we single into the next, chain 1, 2, 3, and now we work the first into the next half double, second into the next half double, third into the next half double, and 4th into the next half double. 5 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1. Rotate, single into the next. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you guys heard that, that was my belly. 5 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1. Single crochet into the next. I will be right back. Churchy snoring. Hold on just a second. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so now get back on here. I got my single, chain 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1. I'm going to bring you guys in just a bit. All right, now we single into the next. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1, and now we should have 9 clusters all the way around. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. All right, so we are going to now skip. Wait a minute, did I skip? Oh, I don't remember. Hold on just a second. All right, sorry about that. I had to look at my other sleeve. I couldn't remember if we skip the next space or if we work into it, and we do work into it. So we single crochet into that space right there. Go ahead and single into there. And now we're going to slip stitch to the first single crochet. So that is the one that we marked. Single crochet, or I'm sorry, slip stitch right into there. Chain 1, and we are going to turn our work, because now we're going to be looking at the inside of our sleeve. And the reason we work it like this is so that the rows of the cluster are all facing, or not all facing, but just like the body of the cardigan. You've got forward, or the front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. And we work that all the way, you know, for the, I'm getting tongue-tied, for the sleeve. All right, so once you slip stitch to your first single crochet, chain 1, turn, we are going to come right over, and what you want to do is get a hold of that first cluster, and we're going to find the top, just like you have for the rest of the cardigan. Find the top of that cluster, not the chain 1, and we're going to single crochet right in there. And that is our new beginning, our new first single crochet. So mark that. And now we chain 1, 2, 3, and we're going to work our rows just like normal. Cluster around the chain 3, 3 and 4, pull through all 5, chain 1, single crochet into the top of our next cluster, chain 3. Remember, work those chain 3 tight. Oh. He just got home. Hold on just a second, guys. Sorry about that. All right, so we are going to keep going. Yarn over and work our cluster into the next chain space. That's 3, 4. Yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1, come down, single crochet into the top of your cluster, chain 1, 2, 3. Around that chain 3, work your 4 double crochet cluster. Oop. So go ahead, I mean, you guys can work the clusters around the chain 3. Work that all the way till we get to the last cluster right here, and I will meet you once we get to the last chain 3, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, so I've repeated that around, and I'm to my last chain 3 space right there. So I'm going to work my cluster, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, pull through all 5, chain 1, and we're going to come down and single into the single crochet we had, or I'm sorry, not single crochet into that, slip stitch into the single crochet that we had marked, chain 1, turn our work, and now that cluster right next to us, single crochet into the top of that, and that is our new, I don't know why my finger looks like that. That is our new beginning. So we'll mark that single crochet, and then we start our row. 1, 2, 3, chain 3, work your 4 double crochet cluster around the chain 3, chain 1, single crochet into the top of the next cluster, and then work your pattern just like you did all the way around. and I will meet you when we get back to the beginning because I'm going to show you how we're going to change color. So I will work that pattern all the way around and I'll be right back. Okay, so I worked that all the way around. I have one more chain 3 to work my cluster into. 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over, pull through all 5, and I am going to come right down and slip stitch into that first single crochet. Chain 1, pull up a loop, and that is our 3rd row of our buff. So now we can change color to our purple. But before we do that, we are going to go ahead and turn our work just as though, you know, we had our yarn connected and we knew where we were going to start, right? All we're going to do is once we turn our work, where would our new single crochet go? Right into the top of the very first cluster, right? On this side, right there. So I'm going to take a stitch marker and mark that cluster so I don't lose that. Get the purple on my hook. All right, make sure you got plenty of tail to weave in. And I'm going to go right in there and attach with a slip stitch, chain 1, single crochet into there, and then start the row like normal. Chain 1, 2, 3, come down and work my 4 double crochet cluster around that chain 3. 4 clusters, yarn over, pull through all 5 loops on your hook, chain 1, and single, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over, pull through all 5 loops, chain 1. Now I am going to stop and just double check to make sure the outside of my purple clusters are facing the outside of my cardigan, just like the rest of the cardigan. Perfect. All right, so that is just what I'm going to repeat around, just like we have normal. And then I'm going to slip stitch to the first single crochet, which I didn't mark. I mean, you can see it right there. Mark that. And fasten off, and then I'm going to turn my work and attach my tan or my buff just like we did the purple, and then work 3 rounds of the buff, cut, attach purple, 1 round of the purple, 3 rounds of the buff, and I'm going to repeat that until I have 1, 2, 3 rounds of the purple, ending on the purple. Okay, so you guys go ahead and repeat that for this sleeve. And then once you're done, weave in all those ends and then do the exact same thing you just did for the other sleeve. Remember? So lay your cardigan with the front of it, the opening, facing you. Grab your armhole, lay it open, and then we want to attach to the back of the cardigan. So on this side, we attached here. On this side, we're going to attach, actually I got that wrong. We're going to attach to the front of the cardigan on this side. I'm sorry. We're going to attach over here and work the pattern this way. All right, go ahead and work your guys' sleeves and come back here when you're done. Okay, so I have my sleeves done. And I apologize, you guys. I told you wrong about, you know, where to attach on that arm, the other arm that we didn't do together. But if you need any help, like I said, just shoot me an email and my email address is in the description box, and I will help you out, you know, as soon as I can. So we're gonna move on to the last part, and let's get this thing done. So with the cardigan laying in front of you, here's the opening. This is the left side when it's laying in front of me open. I'm going to turn it and pick up this side, and we're going to attach with a slip stitch right into that very first single crochet. So I'm going to get a slip knot on my hook, plenty of tail to weave in. And I'm going to go right into the top of that single. Right in there. Chain 1 and then go right back into there with a single crochet. And we're going to work just through the pattern portion, meaning the cluster portion, 24 single crochets. So I'm going to stick with you guys and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So we have a single and a double, single and the post of a double, single post, well, actually that's a chain 3, that's a double, that's a chain 3, that's a double, but what we're going to do is work 1 into the single, 2 around the double crochet post or the chain, 1 into the single, 2 around the chain 3 right there or the double crochet, whichever. So it's going to go, we got our first single, so we're going to come down here around that post and work 1, 2. So the cluster of all of these stitches right here, that hole right at the top is the single. We're going to single crochet in and then 1 and 2 around that post. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next one, you can see pretty easy because it's purple, it's a different color, right? So you just pop it through there, single, and then come down and work 2 single around that post. Right there. 2 single around the post. And if you're not getting this exactly right, it's not a huge deal. I want you to make sure that you have 24. And I don't see, where did my little paper go? Oh, here it is. So we want 24. Okay, so into the single, 2 around the post, 1 into the single, 2 around the post, 1 into the single, 2 around the post, 1 into the single, and 2 around the post. So I'm going to stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Perfect. All right, so now coming up the yoke part, from the yoke part to this very first corner, we want 18, well, I'm sorry, yeah, not to the corner. We're not going to work into that corner, but we want 18 single crochets right here, but without working into that corner yet. So I'm going to go right here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm not working anything special, you know, like any work one here, work one there. I'm just working them where I can get them. I stopped counting. Let's see. That one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. All right, so now into the chain that we're going to make our turn, I'm going to go right in there with 2 singles, just like that. And now I'm going to work into each of the remaining chains around the top of the neck. So if you have, if you have any problem knowing where to go, just look here. Well, let me do it easier with a needle. I just had one. Oh, here it is. So if you look right here, 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 that is the legs of our beginning stitches, half double crochets, going into our chain. So when we work into the remaining loops of the chain, all we have to do is put our hook right where those legs come to the chain and push it through and work our stitch. And right there is the remaining loops of our chain. And that's all we're going to do all around our neck, is one single crochet into each of these remaining loops of the beginning chain. See the legs right there? Just push it right on through there. Just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys work these single crochets all the way around this beginning chain. And when I come back, we're going to be to the turning chain right there. And I'll let you guys know your stitch count once you get around here. So I will get mine done and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back now. And I've worked one single all the way across and into the last, tangled up here. The last, well, it's a turning chain is what it is. It's right here is, come on now, dang it. Right there is one loop. And here is another loop. And this doesn't have to be perfect like I'm doing right here. I'm going to work two singles. So now I have two single crochets for my turn, and then my single crochets across the back of the neck, the single crochets for this turn. So the two here, all of the ones across the back, and the two we just worked, you should have 54 single crochets, okay? And honestly, across this top and the neck right here, if you don't have 54, it's perfectly fine. It's not going to be a huge deal. The most important part are the parts that we need the count for the buttonholes, and that's through the pattern portion of it. So if you're like off here and off across the back, it's not a huge deal. Okay, so now we're just going to do the same thing we just did. 18 single crochet to where the tan starts, and then 24 just like we did on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to stick with you guys. I know this video is going to be super long, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the squeak, oh my gosh, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing. Single, 2 around the post of what either it's a chain 3 or a double. Get me some scrap. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. I don't like that. Get out of there. Let's go here. 7, 8, 9. Here's 10, 11, and 12, 13. No, I don't like. The reason it's looking messed up like that is because that's where I weaved in all my ends. I lost count. See that knot right there? That's one of the ends I weaved in. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Let's go. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. There we go. There are, man, that one is really messed up. I don't like the way that looks. But there are the 24 single crochet we need down the first side. Okay, so row 2 of the border is a lot easier. All we are going to do is count off a few stitches for our buttonhole, and then we're single crocheting into each single crochet round. So what we're going to do is chain 1, and then we're going to turn all of our cardigan. See the knots from where I weaved in my ends? That's okay. Okay, so we are going to single crochet right into that very first single crochet. And now we are going to chain 2, skip 2, single crochet into the next. And I'm going to stop to make sure that my button fits through my buttonhole. The chain 2, skip 2, that is our buttonhole. Now, I have not officially made up my mind yet which buttons I want to use because I can't make up my mind. So either I'm going to go with the heart, just plain Jane white, or, you know, plain Jane white this one. I'm not sure, but so I'm going to try all 3. Yep. Ooh, that one's a little tight, but it worked. Okay, so all 3 of my buttons work. That's a good deal. Go ahead and check yours. Make sure your buttons can pop through the little chain 2 space. Okay, so now we are going to single crochet into the next 11. So we already have 1, so it should be 12 between the button. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. I'm looking at where the buttons would go because I want one right where the okay, so it's gonna go more up here. All right, so that's right, I think. So once we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Chain 2, skip 2, single crochet into the next. And now we're going to go another 10. So we have 1, so only go 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here's a button, here's a button. I'm looking to make sure I like the way this is looking. So a button here. Here. Man, I almost think that middle is too high. I think it needs to come down a little. I really, really, really do. I'm changing that. You guys can leave it if you want, but I feel like that is too high. So I'm going to pop out 2 singles. So now here's the first buttonhole, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I'm going to chain 2, skip 2, single crochet into the next 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Chain 2, skip 2, single crochet into the next, and into the next. So that gives me a buttonhole. I'm sorry, I don't like the way that looks. Here, here, and here. And line all this up. Now that looks better. That's evenly spaced. Better. Okay. So we pop my ankle. 1 single, chain 2, skip 2, single crochet into the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, into the next 10, chain 2, skip 2, single crochet into the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, chain 2, skip 2, single crochet into the next 2. And that should give a nice, pretty, even space buttonholes. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so there are our buttonholes. So now to work the last row, of this side, I'm sorry, we're going to chain 1 and turn, and work a single into the first 2 singles, and then 2 singles into the chain 2. Or you can work them right actually into the chains. You don't have to work it into the space like I just did. Okay, single into each single crochet into the next chain 2. Two singles into the chain 2, single into the next, and then into each of the singles until the chain 2. Two into the chain 2, and then 1 into the end. So just like that. All right, now we are going to chain 1, pull up a loop, and cut. Okay, so we should have 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 29 single crochets. So now what we're going to do is with the front of our cardigan facing us, we are going to pick up the left side, but we want the inside of the side of the cardigan to be facing us, because what we're going to do now is count 29 single crochet over, single crochet back down, chain 1, turn, single crochet back. So that gives us a nice base to put our button, and we'll sew our buttons on. You know, I'm probably not going to use these. I'm not feeling these. They're too, I don't know, they're just too big. But anyway, we'll have a good solid base to sew our buttons on. So 29, right? So we are going to count from the very first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Right there is 29. That should line up pretty good. All right, so I'm going to give that a little bit of a stretch so I don't move that stitch or lose that stitch, and get a slip knot on our hook. We are almost done, you guys. Attach with a slip stitch, chain 1, go back in there with a single, and go ahead and single crochet into each of your singles all the way back to the beginning. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause it so you guys don't have to watch me do this. I'll be right back. All right, so I've got my very last single crochet right here. Chain 1 and turn. And now I'm just going to single crochet right back up to where we started. Dang it. Okay, so go ahead and single crochet, and I will meet you once we get these 29 done. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so I have one more to single crochet into. Chain 1, pull up a loop. Now I kind of want to make sure I've got, well, I guess I don't need to. I've got a long one here, but I want a longer tail, because I'm going to try to, when I weave these ends in, bring the tail like this so it makes a pretty, instead of like a sharp 90-degree turn, I'm going to bring it down to where it makes a pretty, I don't know what the word I want to say is, where it like angles it down a little bit. It makes a pretty turn. Okay, so now we got some ends to weave in. And here's the thing. By no means am I an expert button sewer at all. So I am going to let you guys sew your buttons on, and I'm not going to make you watch me or try to follow me, because I'm sure there are a million tutorials out there where it shows you the expert way to do it, but I am not an expert. So I'm going to weave in my ends, and then I'm also off camera, I am going to sew my buttons on. But before we leave, I want to show you a little trick that I do. Whether this is a good idea or not, this is just what I do. So whenever I'm sewing a button on, I set it over my buttonhole, and I work through the buttonhole. And then, I try to work it through the layer that I'm sewing the button to, and then bring it back through the button. So that way I can secure the button down, and then I have to actually unbutton it from, this top one. So it is an accurate placement of my button. Whether that's going to work for you or not, I have no idea. Sewing buttons on, like I said, are not the easiest things in the world. And I am by no means an expert, so I am going to leave you guys to it, to sew your buttons on, okay? I'm sure I have faith in you guys that you can do it. I'm just trying to get this to lay nice and pretty. There. All right, so off camera, I'm going to weave in my ends, sew on my buttons, and I will be right back. Okay guys, I am back. I got all those ends weaved in. I got my buttons sewn on. I'll unbutton one here for you and show you. I'll just do them all for you. There it is. So if you guys have made every piece of this Layette set, I want you guys to stop. And I'm going to do it too. I'm going to do it right now. And pat yourself on the back, because good grief, was that a lot of work. Not only with making all of this, but filming it, editing, which I still have to do. Oh, it's so pretty. I love this set. I'm so proud of myself. But you guys deserve to give yourselves a pat on the back, because you have made something beautiful and adorable. And in the description box, there are links to my social media platforms. Whichever one you guys prefer. If you make this, any part of this Layette set, the Afghan, the booties, the bonnet, the cardigan, I want to see. I want to see your colors. I want to see your work, because I guarantee you it's stunning and it's beautiful, and I want to see. So in the description box, there's links to all that, as well as links to the other patterns for this set, the Afghan, the bonnet, and the booties. So make all of that too. And oh my goodness, if you could please send me a picture with it on a baby, that'd be so cute. I wouldn't show it on the internet unless you wanted me to, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Check out all those links I've got in the description box for you. Comment, let me know what you think of all of these videos that have literally taken me weeks to film. And I hope you guys have an awesome day. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.